Well, hello everybody. Hi, I'm a ghost today. As you can see, it was a little chilly and I grabbed a green blanket and not realizing that it was not entirely compatible with our backdrop, but that's fine. Today I'll be a bit spectral. It's okay. Hi everybody. How's it going? Welcome and hello. Let's get down to business. I have acquired some disgusting peeps. I don't know if you saw last night, but I was at the grocery store and they had pancakes and syrup flavored peeps. So we're going to be eating those. We'll see what happens. Also, oh goodness, look at this. Hair. Also, I've acquired a haircut. Here it is. Ta-da! I feel very cute, but also I don't know 100% what to do with it. So if anybody has like hair thing recommendations for me, please let me know. But anyway, hi and hello to everybody from, let's see, who do we have? We've got Moonbook from watching from Israel. Hello. And Katie1S, of course, from Georgia. Jerome, good to see you. Everybody's enjoying various sugared things, it appears. Conversation about some black licorice going on. Everyone, Video Drum says, everyone needs to try to eat less processed foods. Lol, here I am with the most processed food. Oh well. James Mansfield wants a wig. Hello, James Mansfield. Good to see you. A Big Bouffant. Oh, that's honestly not a bad drag name. Big Bouffant. It's like Big Bertha. It's Big Bertha's sister, Big Bouffant from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Hello from Germany, says Michael Bergman. Hello and good evening, I think. I think it's good evening there. Well, anyway, guten Tag. Missed the last one, says Videodrome, but you are here now. I'm glad to see you. And greetings from Pennsylvania, says Onrai Kid. Good to see you as well. And Fabulous Aquamarine Trashcan. I love that username. I remember when they had those popcorn white mystery flavor. What? White mystery flavor? Good grief. Good grief. Like, I just have to stop and think about that and think about man's sin before God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, yes, William, I am semi-transparent. It's true. It's because I had this blanket and it was cozy, and then I realized that we also have a green screen, which has made me into sort of, I don't know, whose ghost shall I be? The ghost of Beethoven, I was thinking, with this music. Oh, you can't even hear the music because I turned it down all the way. There we go. There's a little bit of song. Anyway, 6 o'clock p.m. There you go, in Germany. Well, there you go. And Katie1S, it's 75 degrees. That's nice. That's nice. No ghostly blankets for you. What was I going to say about process? Here's my theory with the peeps. I know this is what you tuned in for. I believe that because there's this proliferation of flavors this year, and I think what they're doing is they're just going to try to throw everything they can at the public and see what we want to tweet about or whatever, and then based on that, that's gonna inform like what strategies are available in the coming year. Because there's no way they're gonna do like all these different varieties. Because there was like pancakes and syrup. There was I was gonna say meatballs. There was not meatballs. What was I trying to say? Root beer. Root beer. I don't know why meatballs came out for root beer, but anyway. But who knows? Maybe there's meatball. Like I was looking around, I was like, surely there is gonna be like a Doritos Cool Ranch version of these peeps. So it's only a matter of time. Jerome says, what time is it there? It is just coming up on 9 a.m., which is a little early for me. A little early for me. What did I had? I had a dream. I woke up to this dream that there's a mountain that we can see from our apartment. I had a dream that it was erupting, and there was giant plumes of like smoke and magma coming out. And we were just watching it, and like there'd be like a big like blah of magma from the mountain, and everyone would go ooh, and I was like, maybe we shouldn't be this close. Let's see. Katie1S says, my favorite this week so far. Your favorite what? Is how the oh, I see it. Yes. Man in Charge says wind turbines cause cancer. Yes. We
don't have any wigs.
We don't. Oh, James says we don't have wigs. So we do have this. Why are we talking about wigs? Oh, because people want wigs. Yes, there we go. There's my Big Bouffant. I'm a Star Fox. Oh, and a tiara.
I don't know. I don't think. I think it's for a baby.
It's a little baby. Well, no, I think it.
Oh, is that comfortable?
No.
No.
No, it literally has spikes in it.
Yeah, I don't think that's
it is extremely uncomfortable.
That's how you do it.
But anyway, here we are. This is like more appropriately, I think, sized to. Oh gosh, yeah, Videodrome. I think you're right that they're turning into Oreos with the. Well, I was thinking maybe it's supposed to go on the arm, but I need to really beef up basically. There we go. I could put it
spikes are to go in your hair.
there. The spikes are for... Well, I don't have enough, James. Thank you for the tea.
Speaking of your dreams,
Yes.
you licked my hand in the night.
I licked your hand in the night.
Yes.
What was on your hand?
Nothing. I was trying to get you to put a nose strip on, and instead
Why were you trying to put in a nose strip?
Because
Were
you
you...
were snoring a lot.
No, I wasn't.
And so
James,
I was trying
you
to
can't blame me for the neighbors snoring.
I was trying to put a nose strip on you, and you kept.
What was I...
grabbing my
Why
hand
didn't you
and
make...
wouldn't let me touch your face, and then you put my hand over your mouth, and you started pressing your tongue against it. And
Apparently...
then licked the palm of my hand.
Apparently, James has decided to be the Prince of Lies this morning. He says that someone was snoring, we don't know who, and he was trying to apply a nose strip. James, imagine if I tried to put a sticker on your face in your sleep.
Sure, but
Tried to apply a BIM mark to you or something.
you were honking.
It says I was honking, it's not true. And I just licked your hand, apparently? Maybe you tasted like pancakes and syrup.
You kept grabbing my hand.
I grabbed your hand.
And then you moved it over your mouth and you mushed your tongue into the
Mushed
palm
your
of my hand. And
What?
you mushed it again and again, so it wasn't an accident.
What, did I say anything? Did I think your hand was something else?
I asked you why you licked my hand, and you said I deserved it.
You probably did. Oh god, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but apparently James tried to put a sticker on my face last night while I was sleeping, and I licked his hand and told him he deserved it. Where'd his hand been? That is a mystery. That is the greatest mystery of all. Is the friends we licked along the way. Hello, Dylan. You're looking for me on Twitch. No, I'm over here now. I'm a wily one. Ooh. Stephen Williams says, just found you a few weeks ago, enjoying all your videos. Good entertainment. Thank you very much. Glad to hear it. Kupka says, I walked in at that exact moment. What moment? I don't know what moment you walked in at, but hello, I'm glad to see you. Tiara Arm, that reminds Videodrome of the one where you could put items into something and get something in return? Finster and Power Rangers? Wait, you could put something in Finster and get something in return? Is this a sex stream you had about Finster? Aquamarine Trashcan says, I'm DMing my first D&D campaign in a couple weeks, and even though I'm pretty sure most of the players are straight, trying to make the campaign as subtly gay as possible, see how long it takes them to notice. That is fantastic. I'm delighted by that. Please do that. Yes. Tell me all about your D&D campaign. I want to know what you're doing to make it subtly gay. I guess you could just, you could put drag queens in it. You could have some fabulous bouffants. Have a character named Fabulous Bouffant. Butterfree Gamer says, I had a dream I walked outside and saw the northern lights. Ooh, that is nice. Ah. Rebecca's making pancakes from scratch. Who wants one? And Kitty1S says, oh, you saw the Orion and Procyon and Mars. Nothing but my eyes. That is nice. I like when it's that dark. It's been a long time since we've been anywhere that dark at night. All right. Let's dive in to these peeps, everybody. And then we'll talk about what we're here to talk about, which is what's keeping you entertained and delighted. We just finished our rewatch of Steven Universe. So we watched all the way through and pretty, I think it took us 2 or 3 weeks watching a little bit at a time. Really flies by now that they're all out there in the world. Yeah, okay, so here we go. We're going to eat a pancake and syrup peep. Pull them apart. Oh, they're kind of brown and coffee colored on the inside. Kind of a nice mocha effect, but that's not what it's going to taste like, I don't think. Oh, okay. Here's what's weird about it. Yeah, okay. I definitely taste the syrup. Oh boy. Here's what's weird about it. It's a flavor that I associate with having next to sausages. So I'm getting sort of like a sausage sensation from this. Yeah, I'm getting kind of it's making me feel like a Denny's or IHOP breakfast. And it's making me feel like I should have, bacon and a side of hash browns. It's okay. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. I was prepared to be angry at the world, but yeah, and honestly, there's some good ideas in the chat. Coffee Peep sounds like they would slap. Yes. Where did that saying come from? Is it implied slap Slap your ass? Would they slap your... Like, is that what that means? What's the origin of that would slap? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I gotta say, it's kind of good. The thing that's weird about it, the packaging, there's a lot of things that are weird about this. To be honest, look at what we're doing to ourselves. So for one thing, it says Peeps syrup on the outside. It just said Peeps syrup. Like, that's a thing? That's a brand? What does that mean? It'd be like if there was a coffee one, it said Peeps coffee. Oh, man, yeah, the more I think about that, the more I'm like, okay, yeah. Homeboy Advance is watching season 3 of Sailor Moon, featuring the gay couple. Oh, I'm going to mispronounce them. Haruka and Michiru. Did I say it right? Oh, right. Speaking of pronunciation, do you know that if you really want to, I've been told, pronounce that planet correctly, it's Uranus? So all of this, like, little juvenile joking we've been doing about Uranus and Uranus, it's actually Uranus, I'm told. I don't know. I'm not actually fluent in that sort of thing. Sailor Neptune. Anyway, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Yeah, so season 3, for some reason, I thought they were like, it was like season 7. I thought you had to get through like years to get to them. But that's not bad. If it's just season 3, maybe I should watch Sailor Moon. I did like it as a kid, and now I don't remember anything about it. Just that it came on before Mad Max. No, wait, not Mad Max. What was the show with the cap? The little boy who has a cap, and he has a Norman sidekick, and a wise owl named Virgil. What was that called? Mighty Max, not Mad Max. Yes. He had a muscle man named Norman who was his sidekick. Well. Dylan says slap started with music. Why would you say that music slaps though? For the D&D campaign, says a trash can. Do you want me to refer to you as trash can? Like, that's in your username, but I feel like it needs the fabulous aquamarine part of it too. Fabulous aquamarine trash can says, for the D&D campaign, my initial plan is making subtle queer culture references where I can. My 3 main NPCs are a gay trans elf named Luce, uses he, him, his bi sister, and a non-binary crow that commits crimes against death. That's so cool. What? I want to know all about the non-binary crow who commits crimes against death. That's so neat. Dylan suggests Peeps Tiramisu, which makes me realize they've got all these abomination Peeps. All tweets are abominations. They've got all these abomination Peeps, like the pancakes and syrup, and I don't know if you saw, but on a different live stream on Twitter, I ate a watermelon flavored, like sour watermelon Peeps, and they've got blue ones there that I haven't even looked at. I'm like, what is even the blue one? I don't even know. But Dylan, you've made me realize, I don't think I saw any chocolate ones, just like straight up like, how about chocolate? How about like an actual flavor of candy? How about that? No. I'm ready to make my ruling. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Zenrai Kid says, oh, it's like a bass slap. The idea of a riff where you can listen to a song over and over. Oh. The new adaptation of Sailor Moon cuts out a lot of filler and gets to the meat. Oh, the meat. I like the meat. I like a nice sausage with my pancake and syrup Peep. I'll tell you this, though. It has made my entire face feel sticky. Like, I feel like I licked the Peep and rubbed it on my face. Like, it's the intense, like, for one thing, it made my mouth actually sticky. Like, it's extremely actually sticky in my mouth in a way that feels gross. But for some reason, that stickiness just feel like it's spread all over my entire face. So let me ask you about the new adaptation of Sailor Moon, because sometimes when things get adapted newly, they're made worse. Sometimes there's something, you know, whoever has the rights to adapt it is like, I know what we'll do. We'll make it a lot worse. And so, is it good? Is the new adaptation of Sailor Moon? Because, like, cuts out the filler. That sounds good, but, like, depends on execution, right? Because cut out the filler means, like, oh, cut out all the stuff Americans won't like, which means cutting out a lot of the good stuff. Like, the early adaptation of Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, there's, like, an early version of that like, completely changes the tone of the movie, that they were like, oh, we'll just cut a bunch of stuff out and change it and change the meaning and redub different things. And even, like, Kiki's Delivery Service, they added all this, like, dialogue for the cat, so the cat is, like, constantly talking in the American version. Anyway, is it good? That's my whole question. Is the new adaptation of Sailor Moon good? Michael Bergman says, I will be traveling to London's West End again this Easter to see shows in a row. I was wondering, what are your favorite shows of all time? LGBT plus and also non-LGBT related. Now, do you mean like theater shows? Because that's a tough one. I mean, there's ones that I was like in when I did like drama. And so I've got like a soft spot for shows that really don't deserve a soft spot. Like Little Abner. Little Abner's fine. It's okay. But like, you know, I like it because I was in it. Or Leader of the Pack. That's a fun, I mean, it's just fun music, right? Tomer Levy's here. Tomer, hello. How are you? I'm thinking more about, like, my favorite shows. Oh, Cadbury Cream Egg Peeps. That's a good question. Why doesn't that exist? Huh. Dylan says maybe chocolate doesn't work for the fluff. Might taste poor. Maybe. Peeps are all about texture. But, like, why would sour watermelon work with fluff? That does not make sense. And Dale Knudsen, thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. Hello, hello, and thank you. I like your little icon, Dale. Peeps are all marshmallow, but not like snowballs. I don't love Peeps, but I love snowballs, says Videodrome. Beaded curtain. Wait, what? Wait, huh? A beaded curtain, but it's worms on string toys instead of beads. What? I don't know why you brought that up, but I like it as a concept. Let's see. Isaac says, is Sailor Moon good? In this essay, I will. Yeah, I'm thinking about, like, other shows that I like. Let's see. I mean, like, obviously, Book of Mormon. I think Book of Mormon is very fun. What are other musicals? Dreamgirls. There's some really good... Like, here's the thing. I've never seen Dreamgirls live. I've only seen the movie. And actually, honestly, I think I've seen the Tony performance way more than I've ever seen the movie. But... What was I going to say about that? But it's got some, like, really nice music in it. So I like the music of Dreamgirls. What else? And yes, a Leader of the Pack is kind of a jukebox 50s. Before that was as much of a thing as it is now. So I like that one because it's just like 50 songs. Who doesn't like that? The Spas AZ says, my boyfriend and I have decided to write a book together, sci-fi time travel. Let you know how it goes. It explores what would have happened if we had met sooner or younger. Oh, that's such a fun thing to think about. I think about that with James a lot. Like, James just went, what? Like if we were friends in high school, James, what would we have been? What would we have done together as friends? He says, I don't know, but he said in like a really like sultry Eartha Kitt tone of voice for some reason. James, we would have done like a drama together, depending on what, like, would we have been at your school or my school? Because James went to a much better school than I did. So we would have done drama stuff, and we would have probably watched Power Rangers together. Three Musketeers exists, says Zenrai Kid. Oh. I thought you meant the people. I thought you meant, like, the Three Musketeers are real now. Like, some group of people has just decided, we're the Three Musketeers now. Ta-da! No, Three Musketeers exist as a flavor for Peeps. Yes. I like a Three Musketeer. James does not. Tomer says, new Sailor Moon adaptation is pretty good. I remember Hulu making a new subtitle translation of the original that I enjoyed. Okay. I keep forgetting we have Hulu. I could watch it on Hulu, I guess. Isaac says, did you watch Love, Death, and Robots? I have not. Is that good? I've seen some ads for it, and I feel like, okay, I might like this. It looks a little like there's a lot of, like, yucky, gross stuff in it. Just, like, body parts and blood and stuff. I mean, I guess it's got, like, death right in the name. But it also looks a bit like, oh, what was that MTV animation thing that was really weird? Aeon Flux? Was that it? No. James, what am I thinking of? The MTV animation thing from the 90s that was weird? The Max. Is that what was it called? A fly on an eyeball. Aeon Flux, he says. Yes. So it looks like it reminds me of Aeon Flux. Oh, Little Shop of Horrors video drum. Of course, Little Shop of Horrors is always a delight. I love it. Kane the Brave says, I cried my eyes out at Next to Normal and Dear Evan Hansen. I'll say this. I think there's a good riff in the music in Dear Evan Hansen. I think the music's catchy. Did not land with me as just like, didn't make me feel like, oh, this is really hitting a nerve for me. Maybe I'm just too separated from high school for it to connect. Let's see. I saw Dreamgirls in London, says Michael Bergman. Frankly, I was a little underwhelmed because of a very weak story and book. You should check out Everyone's Talking About Jamie. I don't know that one. Oh, Colin says I cried at falsettos. Okay, I mean, there's another one. Like, speaking of like musicals that I have a fandom for that maybe don't deserve it, is Merrily We Roll Along. I was in that one, and now that I'm thinking about it, I like the music a lot. That one might be another one with kind of a weak story, and is a real bummer. But Into the Woods, now that is a show that I like. If you haven't seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, oh, well, if you haven't seen, wait, who hasn't seen Rocky Horror? Oh, Fabulous Aquamarine Trash Can. Might be seeing Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time in a couple weeks, which should be interesting. Are you seeing it with people? Because that's the way to do it. You got to see it with people. Like, what are the circumstances? Are you going to go see it live? Oh, movie version. Okay. So, yeah, what are the circumstances there? Are you going to see it for, like... I was about to ask, like, I was thinking about, like, what's coming up in April. Are you going to see it for Easter? Is that going to be your Easter movie? Rocky Horror? Let's make that a Easter tradition. Michael D. Williams says, hi, Matt. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Happy... Oh... it's probably not happening today because it's rainy, but here in Seattle at the park near us, they have a thing called First Catter Day where people are encouraged to bring their cats to the park. I've never actually been to one. I've always wanted to, but there's a big drizzle happening, so probably not going on. Maybe. Legally Blonde the musical, says Sia Moline. Hello. Yeah, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, I just posted, apparently, they did a pilot for a sitcom version of Legally Blonde in, like, 2003 or so. It's not good. Just like I also recently learned there was, like, an attempt to reboot Mr. Ed mid-2000s. It's terrible. But, anyway, so, somebody said to me, like, well, they went with the musical instead, which is probably better. And, yeah, it is much better. Like, the sitcom version of Legally Blonde, not so good. The musical, real fun. Real good fun. That's the one, I'm thinking of the right show, right? Gay or European? That's from Legally Blonde the musical, right? Aquamarine Trash Can says, I saw Be More Chill on Broadway a couple weeks ago. It was amazing. The cats who came to the stage door were really sweet. What? Oh, the cast. But I like cats better. The cats who came to the stage door were really sweet. They just sent cats to the stage door. You went to see Be More Chill, but they were like, oh, actually, here's the cast of cats instead. Perfect Day. Oh, Perfect Day, and We Could Still Belong Together aren't incorporated legally on the musical. I'm not here for it. Oh, yeah. Are they? Are they not in the musical? That's weird, because that's such an iconic song for the movie. Moonbook wants webcomic recommendations. Oh, no. There was one, maybe somebody in the chat remembers the name of it. There was one that I was reading for a long time that was about, it was sort of like an alternate history of the Civil War where there were centaurs. So it was like... these two guys, one fought for the North and one fought for the South, I think, and one was a human Union soldier, and maybe I'm misremembering it. No, they didn't fight for either side. I think they were like cowboys. Now I'm totally misremembering everything, but I think they were like cowboys or mercenaries or something during the Civil War, and one was human and one was a centaur, and they fell in love. And the physical logistics of that, I don't think were considered. Let's see. Aquaman Trash Can, I might be watching with some family and friends, possibly. Okay, that's a great way to see it. You should dress up for it. Let's see. Tomer Levy Hamilton, 7th time. Whoa, that is a lot of Hamiltons. Phantom, 20th time. What? Sweet Charity, 1st time in English. I do love... There's a lot I love about Sweet Charity. I don't love the whole show, but, I don't think it's bad. There's a lot that I'm like, all right, can we just get to, like, Rich Man's Frug, please? Waitress, which I've heard is great. Come From Away and Little Miss Sunshine. I didn't know they made all right, sure, musical version of Little Miss Sunshine. Interesting. And Videodrome wants appreciation for tragic 70s cinema, especially Carrie. Aquamarine Trash Can, my family doesn't celebrate Easter. Oh, I mean, so here's the thing, is I grew up in a completely non-religious, like anti-religious family, and we still did like the fun things. So we still like hid eggs, and we had a Christmas tree, and we also had a menorah, and I'm trying to think, that's kind of it for, oh no, we didn't do like Passover or anything. We didn't do like noisemakers. Wait, is that for Rosh Hashanah or Passover? I don't remember. I know there's like noisemakers and hats and things for some of them. But yeah, so we did some of the fun things and not all of them. Let's see. Tomer says, I saw Sondheim last week. Wait, in person? Did you like physically see him walking down the street doing his thing? Or did you see him on Grindr? Did you guys hear that Grindr has to get sold to some new company or something because there's national security concerns about being owned by a Chinese company? I don't know the whole story. It's very weird, though. Caden the Brave says, this week is Miami Pride. Oh, well, happy Pride to all of Miami. Dylan says, there's a theater here that gives people a guidebook along with bags of toast. Oh, I'm still thinking about, like seeing Hamilton and Little Miss Sunshine and Sweet Charity, and you're like, oh, they give you bags of toast. I'm like, what? For Fun Home, they give you bags of toast? For Rocky Horror, of course. They give you a guidebook, bags of toast, etc. So you can do all the things people ought to do. That's good. I'm glad, because it's hard to remember those things sometimes. Oh, Michael E. Williams is snuggled with cats in a movie. That's awesome. Yay. Catter Day. I like that a lot. Filmmaker of the Future doesn't like the callback lines. Well, here's the thing, is they're not that funny. But the whole point is, like, speaking of, like, the fun parts of religious ceremonies, it's supposed to be like a Catholic Mass, where the priest says something, and you're like, and what do you say at a Catholic Mass? And unto you, and peace unto you? Is that what you say? I don't know the words. I was in Berlin, and I went to this, it's like some LGBTQ function in a church, but they also had some religious bits, and you're supposed to, like, stand and say things in German in response. It was like a call and response to the church, and oh boy, I was lost, because I do not speak German at all. That's not true. I said Guten Tag, so there we go. I do speak German. What are everyone's thoughts on Carrie the musical? Well, I think although it had a wonderful cast, they couldn't carry the musical. Yeah, it's like a notorious flop. I don't know anything about it other than that it's sort of a punchline. It's sort of like The Room. It's not like The Room. It's like Ishtar of musicals. Expensive and failed. That's all I know about it. Legally Blonde, but in the style of Cats, says Isaac Snow. How excited are we about the news that Cats the movie is going to have everyone cat-sized and with digitally added fur? How thrilling is that? I cannot wait for whatever this is going to be. I saw people on Twitter like, it's like they're making this movie specifically for me. And someone was like, it's my birthday and I was supposed to go see Beyonce or something, but I'm thinking about like canceling that so that I can go see Cats in a movie theater instead. Someone else was like, I want to book the entire movie theater for me and my friends to see this movie. It looks like it's going to be bonkers. We haven't even seen anything of it. We haven't seen a trailer or anything, but I'm already so hotly anticipating this film. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just need to gush about cats. That's the title of my new podcast, Gush About Cats. Gay or European is actually titled They're Right There. Really? It's called They're Right There? Why is it not called Gay or European? That doesn't make any sense. I'm glad you finally saw Legally Blonde the musical. Last time we spoke about it, you hadn't. I do like, here's the thing, is that Oh My God, You Guys song at the beginning is so fun and so positive and so upbeat. And the whole movie, like, the movie itself is just like, it's a good feel movie. So I just noticed there's something on the side what is on the side of my head over here that's causing, oh, of course, it's got a little prong that's green to look at. Yeah, that Oh My God, You Guys song. And, like, it's just such a relentlessly upbeat film. And musical. That, it's good to have things to feel nice about. It's nice to laugh again, as a poet once said. Videodrome says, Mean Girls should never been a movie. It should only have been a musical. Those are strong words. Defend that sentiment. Moonbook says, I feel sadder that I'm going to miss Pride event in my city, but I might go to other cities. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to miss it. Moonbook, I know in Israel that Pride can be pretty big. Might go to other cities. Which ones do you think you might go to? Iris and Angel is so good. It's queer, it's sweet, and really good. What is Iris and Angel? Okay, wait, hold on. I'm writing recommendations down. Oh, goodness. I didn't realize the chat was scrolled this entire time, so I've been way, way behind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Hold on. Iris and Angel. What is it? Writing that one down. Wait. So Human Rise the Centaur. We're back at that part of the chat. Oh gosh, I have a lot of catching up to do. So I'm trying to do. Oh yes, TJ and Amal. That is a great one. I love that one as a webcomic. Less Than Epic Adventures of TJ and Amal. It's great. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to do something new with the chat, so I'm not like racing through every single comment. I'm gonna not try to read every single one, but just like hit a couple big comments from the chat. So if I miss your comment, I'm sorry. Just you might need to tell me again. So I'm trying to do that so I'm not like quite so panicked in the chat these days. Little Miss Sunshine adaptation is written by William Finn, the same person as Falsettos. Oh, and Putnam County Spelling Bee. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. I saw a tweet today or the other day about how the Shrek musical is actually pretty good, and it's true. The music from that, I haven't seen the whole show, but the music is actually pretty good. It's like, oh, why did you make this good? I mean, I'm glad, but what? Let's see. Oh, Fabulous Aquaman Trash Can got sick a couple years on Easter. Oh, no longer celebrate it. That's fair. That's fair. Find something else to celebrate in April. It's Earth Day is in April, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. I think Earth Day is in April. So celebrate Earth Day. Have a big Earth Day celebration. What are you all doing for Earth Day? Oh, we should go plant trees, everyone. I have a lot of plants growing in my garden right now, and I'm very excited about it. Tomer saw Sondheim in person. He did an impromptu talk in London. Only announced 3 days in advance. You got the final ticket. Wow, Tomer, tell me everything about it. How was it? Oh, and with your spirit. That's what people say. Yes, that's it. Dragon wants to know, what's the library behind me? You know, I actually don't know. I've never, I don't know what the source of this library is, and I've never, like, grabbed any of the books off the shelf, so I actually have no idea. What should this library be? They're all spell books. I want it to be a magic library. They're all spell books, but each one is a different school of magic, and, you can't just like grab any off the shelf. You have to be trained in that school of magic, or else you will mess up the spell and it'll do something unpredictable. Yes, watch out, a talking cat. Cats is coming straight for your hairline. I know. Oh my god, imagine if they made a musical out of a talking cat. Moonbook says there's Pride-a-thon. Whoa, from 14th to 20th on April. Wow, that's a lot of Pride-a-thoning. Okay, go do some Pride-a-thoning. That's so much. Colin McGee likes the sweater / blanket blending into the green screen. Thank you. It's from IKEA, I think. Yeah, it's just, I do like, it's kind of a fun staticky effect. I like it. Bitter Chick Ichimiden? Sorry, I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sure. Is the library green screen? No, not at all. It's all real. Look at how natural and authentic this library is. Let's see. Katie1S went to a church wedding with a spouse. I explained the whole sit, stand, kneel bit to him. There's a lot to remember. Nothing but a sight, sound, scent factory. It's true. It's a bit like, what's that Michael Jackson ride at Disneyland? It's, oh shoot, what's it? Captain EO. It's a bit like Captain EO. Only without the moving seats. The message of Mean Girls, as it plays out in the film, is literally opposed to every good message we learned from every significant teen girl before, including several not perfect ones. Okay. Huh. The message of Mean Girls, as it plays out in the film. Well, I feel like the message of Mean Girls as it plays out in the film is like, stop being so cliquey. Like, to me, that's what I came away from it with. Is stop being so cliquey. And I feel like that's not a message that's exclusive to Mean Girls. Like, I think a lot of movies have that message. I feel like, well, I don't know. I was going to say Heather's. Heather's is a complicated one. Heathcliff wants to know from Tomer, was it the Finishing the Hat book tour? What a name for a book tour. Good gravy. I mean, it sounds very final, finishing the book. Like, this is it. No more finishing the book. Finishing the Hat. It sounds like no more tours after this. Oh, yeah, Earth Day is April 20th. Conserve water, shower with a friend. I think that's a great idea. Just invite someone over for a shower. What else was I going to say about Earth Day? I can't remember now. Oh, it's also it's also 420. You could celebrate 420. Woo. If the new cats, this is Sarabi Scruggs says, if the new cats was just the old peanut butter in the mouth trick, that would also be amazing. What, do you mean just like feeding cats peanut butter? It's just like an hour and a half of cats licking their mouths and trying to get the peanut butter off the roof of their mouth? Because I would love that too. I will suddenly wonder if Catholics are against homosexuality because pride. Oh, is pride is a sin? I think one came before the other. Dylan does not like Mean Girls the musical. Oh no. Oh well, I mean, so here's the thing: is I like the movie, so I might like the musical. I don't know what's not so good about the musical. Hi from Chicago, says Son of a Pizza Man. Hello, glad to see you. Dylan says Apex Predator. Wait, is that a musical too? Okay, I don't think it is, but I want it to be. Somebody make a musical called Apex Predator that starts. Here's what it is. Here's what it is we start with the actors playing very small organisms who get eaten by larger ones, and everyone just keeps getting eaten by larger and larger animals until they reach an apex predator, which would be a really big octopus. Adventure Zone the musical. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, we already have Adventure Zone. We have an Adventure Zone burlesque show? Do we? Oh, Isaac has identified the library, the Oberlausische Library of Sciences in Gorlitz, Germany. How did you find that, Isaac? That's amazing. But hooray! Did you do a reverse image search? And it worked because I'm like in the way of the library. How did you find it? That's amazing. Yes, Earth Day is the 22nd, says Dylan. Spagoogie Man says plant some trees. Ooh, ayo. You know, I've never tried growing trees. I've never tried growing pot plants out on the balcony, and I don't know what the law is about that in Washington. I know you're allowed to have like, I think you're allowed to have like one or two. I think you're allowed to grow a few of them, just not a lot. And like, I wouldn't even know what to do with them if I grew them. So like, I don't know how to like cultivate and harvest and, or where even to get seeds? Where do you get pot seeds? That's how they got Mr. Ed to talk. They fed the horse peanut butter. That makes sense. There've been, they probably do that with a lot of it. Like, there's like Francis the Talking Mule, and then there was, what was the other movie? There's one with a talking dog. A talking dog? No, oh, what's the movie I'm thinking of? Oh, well, the Shaggy DA, let's say. It wasn't, but whatever. Yeah, now, you guys, you've made me want some peanut butter. Now I just want to lick peanut butter off of my mouth. Oh, Apex Predator is a song for Mean Girls the Musical, which is why the musical is terrible. The bad part is the music. That's too bad. Moonbook says, do you have cats? If you don't have them, what name would you name them? That's a great question. So we don't have cats because we are very allergic. And also the building that we're in doesn't allow animals. If we did have cats, what would we name them? I feel like that's you know, you can't, it's hard to answer that until you meet the cat. When I had rats, they were named Robin and Christopher. Like Christopher Robin. And I like animals with human names. So I don't know, Barry? No, not Barry. I feel like I really would want to get to know the cat before naming it. But I do like human-named animals, so... What would be the weirdest? What would be the most... Well, James, if I named it like after my partner, that would be kind of weird. No, I'll tell you, the weirdest, like if we got two cats and I named them after my parents, that would be like definitely the most uncomfortable naming possible. Like, oh, what's going on there? Why did you name your cats after your parents? That's probably the worst naming convention you could have. I don't know. I will say I saw a drag show recently where all the performers were named after famous scientists, which was great and I loved it. So there was like an Albert Schweitzer, like it was just a drag king who went by Albert Schweitzer. And like, okay, great. I just noticed that my levels seem like they're peaking a little bit, so let me know if I need to turn the microphone down a little bit, because it does seem like I'm going into the red a lot. So anyway, let me know if there's issues with the audio. So maybe that's what I would do. Like I named my rats after a fictional figure, but maybe it'd be fun to have cats named after scientists. like Stephen for Stephen Hawking. I can have a cat named Stephen Hawking. Or, I don't know, Marie for Marie Curie. Or who's some other great, who's great women scientists? Or, like, I want to, like, have, like, you know, a tribute to, like, non-binary scientists. If there are any, like, famous non-binary scientists. Or trans scientists. Honestly, actually, that's a question. Are there any famous trans scientists? Surely there must be. There are a lot of trans scientists I know, but are there any famous ones who are, like, well-known? There's, like, you know, I'm thinking about, like, queer scientists, and Troy Hudson comes to mind. He's also known as Science Daddy. He's the NASA engineer who helped land a probe on Mars. He's a delightful man. So, I don't know, like, there's a queer scientist named Troy. He's a Leatherman. Anyway, goodness gracious. I've really gotten a feel with this. What would you name your cat's question? Yikes. Oh, yeah, so Isaac did a reverse image search. There you go. Just thought about the Young Protesters webcomic. Oh, I don't know that one. Where'd my pen go? Young Protesters webcomic. Young Protesters webcomic. And you know what? Mean Girls musical. I'm going to put that on my list. Because I haven't seen it, and I don't know if it's good or not. Cage of Insanity says, I will do it. I will make Apex Predator. He will have Crisis. I want to see it. Yes. I didn't have other images. Oh, yeah, the New York Times article with the background photo result. Oh, okay. There you go. It must be a stock photo or something, and so that's probably how I found it. It's probably where the New York Times got it. So I have not seen The Young Predator, so I'll look that up. The craft has emotional attachment. Mean Girls feels like chemically manufactured ultra-capitalist defending nostalgia for the Bush era. Such an awful era. Okay. Yeah. Bits and Bobs and Things says you have laws about what you're allowed to keep in your balcony. Well, I mean, you know, you can't murder a person on your balcony. There's laws about what you can do anywhere. In Alberta, you can order pot seeds from the government. Oh, you can get them from the government, says Dylan. Huh. I guarantee you that is not the case in this country. Videodrum's getting a new kitten in about a week. That's amazing. I want to know all about your kitten, and please post pictures. I want to see pictures of your kitten. Yes, what are you going to name your kitten? Rebecca says, I've never grown a tree, but I've caught some wood. I ordered some cannabis capsules, but the delivery date was pushed back to Monday. Aw. That's frustrating to wait for. Colin says, every day can be Earth Day when you make an effort to take care of the world around you. That's a nice attitude. Every day can be Administrative Assistance Day if you're just kind to the people who support you at work. Every day can be, I don't know, National Mustard Day if you just eat a lot of mustard. But yes, every day should be Earth Day. We all should be taking care of the world around us. I mean, that's one reason that this is not reducing my carbon footprint significantly whatsoever, but one reason I feel nice about having all the plants on the balcony that I do is I'm like, okay, I'm growing some, like, you know, I'm growing tomatoes out there. And so that reduces my farm footprint. It really does not. But, you know, it reduces the amount of tomatoes I'm consuming from factory farms. Sarabi Scruggs just got birds named Nathan Lane, Robin Williams, and Hank Azaria. Oh, I like that a lot. That's so good. That's so good. Name a cat after yourself. It's pronounced cat, but spelled cat palm. Oh boy. I'll allow that. Have you seen Isn't It Romantic on Netflix? From what I've seen for the trailer, they address a gay best friend stereotype in romantic comedies. Really? Isn't it romantic? Also the name of an episode of The Golden Girls on Netflix. I will check that out. Now, Isaac Snow likes cat palm. Oh, it's so bad. Katherine Johnson was a woman of color who worked for NASA. There we go. That's great. Name a cat Katherine. Katherine Johnson is a great name for a cat. I have a friend that named her dog Margot, but she almost exclusively... Whoa, boy. Sorry, that sentence got really tangled up in my head. But she almost exclusively calls her ma'am. Ma'am, can I help you? Yes, I'm eating, ma'am. No, ma'am, I won't share. That's so good. Oh, yeah, of course, Alan Turing. Naturally. Alan Turing, of course. Oh, you got a black stray cat, Rebecca Page, that hangs around, looks like the cat on the new Pet Cemetery poster. We named it Azrael. Isn't that also the name of the cat on the Smurfs? Schrodinger. That's a good name for a cat. Oh, that's so good. I love that. Name the cat Schrodinger. Wait, does that make us Schrodinger's people? If the cat is itself Schrodinger, we're Schrodinger's people? Anyway, Ben Barres, I don't know who that is at all. Ben Barres or Ben Barres? Ben Barres. I'm writing that name down to learn more about them. Dylan says, hi, Hilarious. She came up with it. Well, hi. Oh, the dog named Margot that she calls ma'am. Libraries on... Oh, Wikimedia. Excellent. Katati says, Matt a furry? Did I miss something? Look, everybody always asks, is Matt a furry? I don't know why everybody brings that question up. And the simple fact of the matter is I've got fluffy ears that I like to wear, and sometimes a tail, and I have rabbit versions of myself that sometimes I draw. And so I don't know why everyone always asks me, is Matt a furry? I don't know where that question is coming from. Dylan says, did you say Alberta? Alberta. Yes. Wait, what? Did I say Alberta? The government owns and runs pot stores. That's so great. That, honestly, that makes me like government, if that's what they're up to. Are they good pot stores, though? Because we have some great stores here in Seattle where they're really, like, nice about, like, recommendations and helping you out. We have some bad ones, too. I've had some experiences where I go in and I'm like, you know, oh, I'm just looking for something relaxing. And the person is, like, a real snob about it. I feel like I'm buying a used car. And it's unpleasant. Anyway. Has Umbrella Academy gotten any better? Ooh, we have not continued Umbrella Academy. Let me put that on my list. Umbrella, remind myself to Academy to give it another shot. Ugh, if I must. El Lopez says, can you talk about gay bait on media? Well, what do you mean about gay bait? Tell me more about what you're looking for there. Do you mean like just throwing in like token representation? Tomer says, in terms of trans scientists, Lynn Conway developed computer processors at IBM. Wendy Carlos developed Moog synthesizers and popularized their use in film scores. That's awesome. That is the content I am here for. Tell me more about great trans and NB scientists. I want a coffee table book about great... Honestly, I was just going to say that as like, wouldn't that be nice? But like, yeah, that would be like a coffee table book that's like a tribute to like great trans people through history. Do you see that Casimir Pulaski might have been what we would today recognize as trans or non-binary or intersex, unclear, but they've been doing some research on Revolutionary War hero from like 300 years ago, Casimir Pulaski, and turns out they were more complex in examining their remains. Their gender might have been more complex than we thought. Oh, Colin McGee, your brother's cat had 4 kittens. Yay! Fun game movie called Fourth Man Out. I'll check that out. Fourth Man Out. That sounds neat. Is that like it's a sequel to the movie Threesome? Oh boy, that's a throwback. Have you guys ever seen the movie Threesome? It's actually surprisingly good. It's got a Baldwin, and it's not terrible. It's got like not one of the lesser Baldwins. It's okay. I think you should go with Erwin, so it's not quite as... it's Erwin Schrodinger? That was his name? I never knew Schrodinger's first name. I'm studying computer science, so Alan Turing comes up occasionally. My, 80-year-old algorithms professor forgot the word gay and was like, Alan Turing was of a different persuasion. Oh, man, that's lovely. I'm sorry. I keep noticing that my levels are, going into the red, so I'm just going to bump myself down ever so slightly. Because I don't want my audio to peak for you. Wendy Carlos is the only famous trans technician I know, says Videodrome. And what about Dr. Bieber or Dr. Bieber? Who did the first ever sex reassignment surgery? I don't know about them. That's amazing. Dr. Bieber, was that like the, oh no, I've forgotten her name. There was a woman who was really prominent, Christine Jorgensen, right? Who was prominent as was kind of celebrity, gender non-conforming in the 50s. I want to say. I may have the history on that a little off, but was that the doctor who was involved in that? Michael Bergman recommends Jamie, Drag Queen at 16, a wonderful BBC documentary. Musical, everyone's talking about Jamie is based on that. Ooh. Jamie, Drag Queen at 16. You know, I'm sure Drag Queen at 16, that the idea of Drag Queen at 16, oh my goodness, how controversial, was controversial when it was made, but now we've got, oh gosh, what's their name? There's a drag queen who's 10. Dustin is Fabulous, I think, is the name they go by, or Derek is Fabulous, something like that. Katati says, I wasn't being judgy about being a furry. I'm a furry and was excited. The furries are all around us. I wish, Rebecca says, I wish my thermostat had half-degree increments. Well, I mean, for that last half degree, couldn't you, like, just fan yourself? Or, I don't know, just have some warm tea, like, just under your face. I feel like that'll get you the rest of the way there. Fabulous Aquamarine Trash Can enjoys the Umbrella Academy, but I also have trash taste, so that makes sense. I don't think it's trash. I just think it's too long. Like, the pilot was twice the length it needed to be. That's all I'm saying, is I'm like, can we move it along, please? Let's see. Sia Moline says, Jamie was really the gay media I needed at the time. Makes me truly cry so much. Okay, I gotta check this out. And Brandon Lupkis says, coming of age story amongst a bunch of straight boys when their friend comes out. It's on Netflix. Wait, what is that Fourth Man Out? Hold on, I'm trying to like scroll back up to the chat and see what we're referring to. I don't know what we're referring to. Fourth Man Out was a real nightmare of a gay movie about like one mask for mask dude bro coming out. I was just like, bad. Blah. That's too bad. Government pot stores are giving order by guidelines to get your order in time for 420. Jeez, okay. It sounds like they really take it seriously. Pot stores in Alberta, they were pretty good going over recommendations, but it felt a little like your home research is bad, which I don't know, didn't feel good, but pot was cool. I hadn't tried it before. Legalization, says Isaac. Well, it's nice that they're nice. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want to be able to go into the store and feel like your business is welcome. Which I will say, we've got like, The Reef is the place near us, and also Uncle Ike's, and they're both very pleasant. They're very, very pleasant. It's a bit like, there's one in Colorado, it felt like going into an Apple store. Like, it was so clean and precise and polished, and yeah, it just felt like you're buying luxury goods, which was a little off-putting, honestly, but also, you know, for a first time, you don't want to feel like you're going into like some weird back alley place where you might get mugged. So I get it. I get why I have that vibe. Gary Heron says, just to say, Alan Turing gets remembered for the foundation of computer science and the work on the Enigma machine, but his greatest achievement was helping describe the limits of mathematics itself. Really? I didn't know that. The limits of mathematics? How could mathematics have limits? Katati just got a medical marijuana card. Congratulations. And Fabulous Aquamarine Trash Can just started a book called The Art of Being Normal, about two trans kids who could become incredibly close friends, and so far, it's really good. Moonbook says, I heard about it. That sounds good. The Art of Being Normal. I will say that title, like, puts me on edge a little bit, because I'm like, why would you want that? But it is a provocative title, and it sounds like your description makes it sound pretty good. The Art of Making Art, of being, speaking of Sondheim, being normal is putting it together. Colin McGee says, I was 10 months on testosterone on the 1st this month. Colin, congratulations. Oh my goodness. Welcome to 10 months on T. And oh my gosh, almost a year. Happy almost first year anniversary to testosterone. That is awesome. Congratulations. Seal Moline says, the limit does not exist. Perfect. That is perfect. Katati says, I have chronic pain. It's really helping. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that it's helping. I'm not glad to hear that you have chronic pain. Good grief. But I'm glad to hear that it's helping, because it's so hard to like find something, because everybody's pain is different. I don't really get this so much anymore, but I used to get like really debilitating migraines. Like usually every day I would get a migraine. And looking back, I think it might have been food related, because I had a, let's say, complicated relationship with food as a teenager. Still do, but complicated as a teenager, and did not manage that relationship well in my youth. And so I think not eating enough, or not eating properly, was behind it. But I would get these like really painful migraines. And yeah, I wonder, like, if it had been available, would pot have helped me deal with the pain of, like, you know, like blinding, like literally my vision would go away and I could not see. So it was actually pretty hazardous. Like, there were times where it was like out in public and it was like, oh dear, I am about to not be able to see for the next hour. Hope I survive. So yeah, I wonder if that would have helped. Speaking of gay movies that were unenjoyable, says Bits and Bobs and Things, have you watched God's Own Country from 2017? I was super hyped for it, but bailed halfway through because I really hated the main character. That name is familiar to me, but I can't remember anything about it. The one I went to was like, it had a chandelier. Wait, the pot shop? And high ceilings. It was very slick. Really, it felt like a swanky tech startup lobby more than I expected. I wanted something cozier. Yeah, I will say, that is what the one that we went to, like, the one that we went to in Denver felt very like tech startup. I don't know about chandelier, but It did not feel cozy. Reef feels cozier because it's got like a lot of wood paneling and feels very like rustic and Pacific Northwest. So I like that. But yeah, I would like something that feels more like loungy and cozy and comfortable. Like I want a pot store that feels like you put your feet up by the fire. Or a pot. That's not a thing, is it? I'm sure there are legal issues around that. But like the same way that there are like bars and cigar bars, is this a thing? Like pot lounges, like legal pot lounges. I wonder if that's a thing. I'm sure he got redeemed by the end of the movie or whatever, but okay, well, whatever. I want to talk about someone with it because everyone here seemed to love it. Wait, which one was God's Own Country? Yeah, so I don't remember that one. God's Own Country. And Rebecca says, Google, of course, Magnus Hirschfeld. The great Magnus Hirschfeld, who did like an amazing amount of research on gender and sexuality in the face of a lot of opposition as things went south in Germany about 100 years ago. So really brave, innovative person at that time. Rebecca recommends magnesium an hour before bed for better sleep and to prevent migraines. Huh. Okay. Dylan says, I have chronic pain. I haven't used pot since I can't afford it, and Canada government will pay for my medication, but not pot. So frustrating. Aquaman Trash Can says, I got flashbacks to the time when somebody spray painted "Yeet, I'm gay" in pink or white in my building in my home city, Tulsa. I don't understand that sentiment, but like, "Yeet, I'm gay"? Do they mean like, "Yay, I'm gay"? Oh, well, whatever. Apollo says, I used to spend hours drawing in pot. I see what you're saying. I was confused by that. I used to spend hours drawing in pot lounges in San Francisco. Okay, so that is a thing. But I thought what you meant was like that you were drawing them in, like you would just stop on the street and be like, there should be a pot lounge here. I'm just going to draw a pot lounge here. What would you say makes a gay movie bad? Considering most gay movies can be so bad, it's good. I feel like most of the ones I like the best are pretty terrible, says Sia Moline. That's a great question. I mean, I think what it comes down to is, I think the same thing that makes a gay movie good or bad is the same thing that makes any movie good or bad. Like, you know, can I relate? Do I care about the characters? Are the jokes funny? Is there some heart to it? Does it have an idea? Does it have a message? So, you know, those are the same things. I feel like we notice it a lot with gay movies because, for one thing, with queer movies, because we're so hungry for them. But also, sometimes, not always, queer movies just exist for the sake of being queer. Like, you know, I know a lot of people like it, but I don't feel like there's a lot of point to the movie Big Eden. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like Big Eden, and if you like it, that's great. It's just, I don't like it. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing so much. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of LGBT-themed movies that are just like, LGBT, and that's kind of like where it ends. You know, we just see like gay stuff, and that's as much as they thought about it. So, anyway. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that can make it bad. Like Auto of Up with Dead People. Wait, what? The best are pretty terrible. Like Auto of Up with Dead People. I don't know what that is at all. What is Auto of Up with Dead People? PM says a good gay movie gives its characters agency and goals. They don't have a budget. They don't have to have a budget. But actors with experience help. Bad gay movies tend to have wishy-washy leads who wait for love. Yeah, that is something that drives me crazy, is protagonists who don't protag. Moonlook says, my birthday's coming up soon, and it will also be election day, and I can vote. Help me. Oh, gosh. I don't know anything about the elections where you are. So are there, like, controversial or, like, difficult or contested races in Israel right now? There's a buttload, no pun intended, but I will accept it, of LGBTQ movies on Tubi. What is Tubi? Not Animal Tested says, Big Eden was just boring? That's how I feel. Yeah, I was like, come on, let's move it along. Same thing I felt with Umbrella Academy. Isaac says, as far as gay movies go, I want to like superhero movies or action movies with gay characters rather than the plot is just, they're gay and struggle with it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Defying Blueprints wants, a queer movie is good if nobody dies. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, there are good queer movies where people die, for sure. Like, I think Longtime Companion is, quite a work of art. And, you know, Philadelphia, too. But I also get a little tired of seeing, like, the constant tragedy. So, oof. Yeah, I don't need, like, obviously there's got to be some sort of opposition. There's got to be some obstacles and challenges to get over, but it doesn't have to be like life or death all the time. Bits and Bobs and Things says, do you have any recs for gay movies that aren't coming out stories? I feel like 90% of the films out there, but like I'm not at that point in my life anymore. I want to see something different. I don't know if this is really what you're looking for, but look for a movie called Pink Narcissus. It is not strictly narrative. It's sort of a lot of images, and it's definitely like an art film. But it's super queer and beautiful. And it's a nice thing, I mean, speaking of pot, it's a nice thing to like relax yourself and watch. So it is soothing and sexy. Which honestly, like now that I think about it, like I want that to be my bio on something. Soothing and sexy. Oh, Videodrome says Otto or Up with Dead People is a Bruce LaBruce film. Okay, now I'm remembering. Can't say I've ever really cared for Bruce LaBruce stuff. And I don't know, I haven't thought about his work in a long time. I think one reason for that, I haven't thought about Bruce LaBruce, so it's hard for me to articulate why I don't really like the work that he has done. Also, like, I often confuse him with Harmony Korine, so I want to make sure I'm actually talking about the right thing. Yeah, I feel like it's the Bruce LaBruce material that I've seen, and now that I'm saying this, I realize it's been a long time since I've seen it, so maybe my tastes have changed. Has been provocative, but not interesting, has been my response to it. So anyway, that's my feeling about that. I recently discovered a Polish webpage, which is basically queer Netflix. Oh, so I'll have more recommendations soon, says Kupka. That sounds great. Yes, definitely let us know your recommendations for that. Some of my favorite gay rom-coms also give their leads character goals. Like, it was just about a boxer and fashion victims. Like It Is. Sorry. Misunderstood that sentence. Like It Is was about a boxer and Fashion Victims was about a salesman. Love arrived and they were doing other things. I like that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so Like It Is and Fashion Victims. What do you think about But I'm a Cheerleader? That's another one I haven't seen in a long time. And I remember having it good bits, but also another one where I'm like, I felt like there was a lot of like easy punching down sort of jokes in that one. Like, that's not fair. That's not exactly accurate for me to say that. So let me take that back. Bloop. Here's what it is there were a lot of bits in that movie where it's like, you're not saying anything new. Like, it was a lot of like gay good, prejudice bad. And I'm like, yeah, but what else? I felt like it was sort of cheerleading to the choir. Videodrome hates But I'm a Cheerleader, even though it's from a lesbian. It's very insensitive against, negative gay male stereotypes. Interesting. I don't remember that quality about it. There are lots of indie gay rom-coms starring white gay men, says PM, but many of them are terrible. That is super true. Aaron Thor Kildson says, I tuned in and found rabbit or fox ears and started smiling at once. Yay, I love it. Thank you. Yes, this is my Star Fox ensemble that I'm wearing. Oh yeah, Pride, the movie from the UK. That's a great one, Moonbook. That's great. Katati says, what do you think about the trend of comic book movies straight washing? Oh, so many superheroes. I mean, I think you could probably predict how I feel about that, which is thumbs down. But also, I don't consider those canon. If a comic book movie takes a queer character and makes them straight, or even just a character that I thought was queer and makes them straight, I don't consider that an official word on the movie. My own interpretation of the character trumps whatever they put in the movie. I'm hoping one day we get a project in my U.S. history class where I have to do a PowerPoint on any part of U.S. history so I can rant about LGBTQ history for once as Aquamarine Trash Can. Don't wait, just do it. Put queer people in any project. New Shazam movie, there's one character who felt like he isn't hinted to be gay. Not sure if I'm right. He said it's not his thing when he left a regular strip club. Oh, come on. Like, just make it gay, you cowards. I'm fond of shows Please Like Me and Elite, which feature gay characters, but have plots about other things, as PM. That's good. Yes. Please Like Me is fun, and it can be difficult to watch because it's so awkward. Oh, yeah, good luck fixing that plumbing issue, Dylan. Ugh, what a pain. Bruce LaBruce doesn't seem to be my thing, says Tomer. I enjoyed his most recent film, The Misandrists. The more I think about it, the less I like it. Oh, that's not the reaction you want. That's not the reaction movie you want. Provocative but not interesting is the perfect way to describe him. Yeah, sorry, Bruce. I want to see movies where trans people are completely accepted and embraced by society. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that should not be a tall order, but it is, which sucks. What are some movies that have trans people where it's not like, you're trans? What? Yeah, where it's just like, yeah, and also this person's trans. It's honestly hard to think of anything like that. Wayward Children is a great series that I've been reading that has interesting characters, several of whom are queer, says Jerome. I think television often does gay storylines better than movies. Yeah, well, I think part of that is there's just more room to explore. So, like, if a movie is trying to, I think, like, movies, this idea is only half-baked, so it might not make sense. I think it's more tempting for a movie to straight wash its characters than a TV show, because a TV show has the room to go out and explore gay stuff, and a movie might be like, no, there's no time. There's no time to explore queer things. We've got to focus on the main heterosexual character. Isaac says, I can't remember if I said I started Queer as Folk, but episode 1 felt really skeevy. Yeah, it doesn't always... Queer as Folk might not age great. PM says, I started watching Xavier Dolan's films, not all to my taste, but I liked his first, I Killed My Mother. I was going to look into Gregor Rocky films after watching his new show, Now Apocalypse. Yeah, they're a lot. Those Gregor Rocky films they present you with a lot. But it is a interesting experience. Xenia's interesting film about two brothers, one gay, one straight, searching for their father in modern-day Greece. Oh, interesting. I'll look that up. Xenia's. It's interesting how your mic arm triggers your background. You're wearing pieces of your book. Oh, does it? Wait. My mic arm, this one, triggers... Wait, what? Triggers your background. You're wearing pieces of the book. I am. It's like... I'm just disappearing into it. Woo. I'm going to have to go soon. We got to get set up for our next live stream. So BT Dubs, if you're not aware, we're going to be doing another live stream in about an hour at 11 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons, not here on YouTube, but on Twitch. So you want to go over to twitch.tv/prettyprettypixel to watch that. We're going to be playing some Waterdeep with our friends Jen and Connor and Brian, hopefully, and Justin. Brian just hurt his back, so hopefully he'll be able to join. I don't know. Our party has had bad luck in real life with backs. But anyway, yeah, we're going to have to get set up for that kind of soon. So I'm going to be taking a break from the stream, but don't worry, it's not ending exactly. We're just going over to Twitch. So I'll put the link to that in the chat. Let's see. Oh boy, I can't see over this microphone. Twitch.tv/prettyprettypixel. So there's a link. And that'll be starting in about an hour at 11 Pacific. So, Ellery Finch from the Hazelwood could have been gay if they weren't cowards. Oh, I don't know the Hazelwood. I like the title. What's your favorite queer relationship in Steven Universe? Probably Garnet, I think. Honestly, don't make me pick, because there's so many that I like. I like Lapis and Peridot, even though it's not like explicitly said that they're in a relationship, but they are very good friends, and they're two women who have a farm. So I think we can read between the lines. Yeah, that might be my... Yeah, I think maybe Garnet. I think Garnet's probably my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite, because I like Garnet a lot. I know Loop from the Adventure Zone is a trans woman. It is a massive part of her characterization. That's it. That's true. Yeah. That's a great example. Colin says, I'd like to see more trans people in reality who are just people living their lives. I understand a lot of people want to be stealth, and I would like to be as well, but it'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, see more people, trans people in reality are just people living their lives. We're kind of spoiled here in Seattle because it's a very friendly city for trans folks. So, I mean, I do see a lot of trans people who are just living their lives. And it's great. And boy, oh boy, I wish the rest of the world was like that. But yeah, I agree. I want to see more of that, especially in movies. I've liked every Gregor Rocky film I've ever seen, says Videodrum. Every one. I've only seen 4. Well, he hasn't made a ton, but yeah, there's some real good ones. When's the next Culture Cruise? I love them. Oh, the next one is going to be about RuPaul, actually. About RuPaul on the show In the House, which not a ton of people remember, but it is interesting because it's RuPaul and LL Cool J talking about drag. So, okay, let's see how that turns out. Aaron Thorkildson, who's for Mayor Pete for president. I mean, here's the thing: is it's early to make endorsements, but I mean, I like him. And let's set some expectations here. No politician's going to be perfect. That's just the way it is. Mayor Pete's not perfect. Kamala Harris isn't perfect. Elizabeth Warren isn't perfect. None of them are perfect. But as leaders go, I think Mayor Pete seems pretty good. Favorite gay web series, asks PM. I like The Outs, Eastsiders, and Kuntergrau that are about relationships rather than typical gays dating in the city tropes. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like that. Good one. I mean, as by good one, that's a pretty good thing for a web series to be about. Gay culture is owning a farm you put on the moon with your female best friend. Yeah, it's true. Colin says, I live in Texas, so I don't see many trans people. You do, you just don't know that you see them. Because trans people are everywhere. I mean, I'm sure in Texas, wherever you are, there are not quite as many people living visibly or just there at all because they might want to move out. But, you know, that's the thing. It's like there are trans people who've transitioned and who are, you know, passing as the gender that they actually are. There are trans people who are, you know, still waiting to make it known that they are trans. So trans people are everywhere. On Laps and Peridot, even the way the cast Crooniverse describes those two heavily implies the relationship is at least a little romantic. I mean, here's the thing is like, romance takes all kinds of different forms. And so, particularly with Peridot, being a little, I wouldn't say oblivious, but having some disregard for for identifying emotions, she may not even be aware of what romance is. And Lapis is so cautious that she may not be ready to talk about a relationship. So yeah, I think their relationship is something that we may just not have a word for. Eric Han says, yay, RuPaul. Yes, yay, RuPaul. Dylan says, is this stream ending or are you just moving to Twitch at 11? The stream is going to end in just a few minutes, and we're going to take a little 45-ish minute break, and then the stream will start back up again, but not here on YouTube, over on Twitch. So you want to go to twitch.tv/prettyprettypixel for more Dungeons & Dragons adventuring, and I have a whole other row of peeps to eat. I also put my tea bag in there. I have a whole other row of these disgusting peeps to eat, so you could go over and see me start eating peeps at 10. Okay. And Colin said, yeah, that's what I meant, but I don't leave my room to see any people at all. So, and Moonbook says, maybe you should come out of your room. I ate a row of peeps. It's true. I stopped teabagging the peeps. Yeah. Okay, so I would like to thank you all for coming and supporting the stream and staying around and keeping me company. It is such a pleasure to chat with you all. And let me know what you think about this new way. I'm kind of doing a new thing with the chat where I'm trying not to race through every comment like it's a sprint and respond to every single one, and just have a more like leisurely and relaxed time in the chat. And so let me know if you like that better, because it's a lot more relaxing for me. Looking through the films I saw last year, says PM. Another good one is A Little Lust. Ooh, wait, where's my pen? Oh my goodness, A Little Lust. Fabulous Aquamarine Trash Can says, I'm heading out, but Coffee Peeps would still slap. Yeah, let's make that happen. Let's start a letter writing campaign for that. A Little Lust. It's like a little night music. Gay teen runs away to see gay pop star perform. His mother and grandma pursue him. Ooh, that does sound pretty good. A Little Lust. Why is it called that, though? Who's the lust for? Okay. We've got a lot of prep to do for our stream, and we've got 45 minutes to do it in. Less, really, because we have to be ready to go before we go live. Isaac Snow likes the leisurely approach, means we can interact in more real time. Homeboy Advances, I love the stream. Thanks for taking time with the comments. I am so here for the Lapidot convos. Good, good, good. We will talk more about that on our next stream. The next one of these streams will be April 20th. Let me just double check my calendar here. Yes, April 20th, probably at the same time, with special guest Isabella Price, a Seattle-based queer horror burlesque expert. So join us on April 20th for that. Jerome says, great stream. See you on Twitch. Yay! And bye, says Moonbook. Goodbye. Thank you for joining, everybody. And hopefully I'll see you in about 45 minutes over at twitch.tv/prettyprettypixel for more D&D and peeps. Okay, bye, everybody. Goodbye.